all right. Don't have to go far up this end of Dark Lane to see some wild garlic. There'd be some on the left if they hadn't cut it. There'll definitely be some on the right. It's pretty common plant. Normally likes wet areas. So down by riversides, there's a big patch in the middle of Wheel Park, which we could have gone to. There it is. That's somewhere. Where? Just there, but there's a car coming.
Okay. Oh, there. Is that? Oh no, that's it, isn't it?
Yep. With the white flower. So yeah, I think the book says that its name Ramson is replicated in place names like Ramsgate.
Yeah. Maybe an old English word.
Yeah. So it's getting a sort of a darker tinge to it, and
well, because it's a bit late.
A bit late, yeah. But
Still
still you get the younger leaves coming through.
I see.
So they would be very nice.
So how many of those leaves would you need to put in, say, a dish for two?
For two,
Yeah.
the sort of dish I've suggested,
Yeah.
probably 20 minimum.
For two people.
Yeah, but it's not difficult to collect 20 leaves. Is it? I mean, the bigger leaves, I've often thought that, I've never done it. You could actually stuff, you could roll up.
That'd be lovely. Put some rice in there.
Yeah. You could,
Instead of the vine leaves.
yeah, you could roll those up. So they crack a bit. So you can see it goes right the way through there, and there's some white flowers. Nowhere near as much here as at the top of the road, where there's a place called Worley Place. Worley Place. I can show you that if you like. We can go in there and you can see a sea of wild garlic.
How long? What, 10 minutes?
Just up the top of that road.
Have you got time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll take a wander up the leafy lane where the car is parked, and we'll just see if we can see some violets. And there's another allium up there, which is the first allium that comes out, called three-cornered leeks, and that's probably faded away by now. But it's if you're making leek soup, it's not bad. I pick it, put a bit in salad and various things.
So the violets, are you just using those for decoration?
Yeah, more for decoration. I wouldn't say they have a huge flavour. A bit like those borage flowers I showed you.
Yeah.
But they are very, very pretty. But small, fragile, so yeah, not of any particular nutritional merit, I wouldn't have thought. That dog always barks at me when I run past. Those orange flowers there.
Poppies?
Are they poppies? I'm not sure. They come out of that plant there, and that's the plant that grows as a weed in my garden, which I need a trowel to dig out, and it comes out and it looks like there's a sort of a small parsnip type thing at the bottom.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's wild parsnip. It's nice dandelions here.
I noticed you haven't mentioned dandelion as one of your main plants to take on your desert island.
Yeah, they're all right. Dandelions.
You like frying them in flour.
Never done that. Never done that.
What was the plant that you mentioned that you did?
Fritters.
Like? Yeah.
That was hogweed fritters.
I see.
I've done that. I've never tried that with dandelion. Dandelion doesn't have the same distinctive flavour. Hogweed has got an asparagus-y-like flavour.
Yep.
There's some fairly pleasant, nice young bluebells.
Bluebells. White bluebells.
Yep. Definitely not snowdrops.
They do look a bit like snowdrops though, don't they, or not? No?
Not really.
They don't?
Don't think so. You know why all these flowers come out as quickly as they can in the spring, don't you?
For the bees?
No, it's to get the light before the trees have their canopies.
Oh, I see. Well, you notice that when you're in the woods And you see the wood anemones, they tend to sort of only be where the sunlight gets through.
Yes. It'd be funny if I saw a St George's up here. I think I've seen them in Dark Lane, because obviously while I'm running I do keep my eyes open.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this a road or a bridle way?
It's a road.
Oh.
It's got a name on a map, but it's not got a name on the road.
Oh, I see.
I think it's called Green Lane or something.
Green Lane, yeah, it looks like a green lane. Oh yeah, there's a bit of fly tipping.
Oh yeah. Because you tell Brentwood Council about it, and they're very good. They come and pick it up. 150, there's a violet. It's a bit weedy, it's a bit past its sell by, but
Real, yeah, they're beautiful. Can you use those in rice?
you could, yeah, you wouldn't want to necessarily cook them, you just sprinkle them on top. Ouch, that's a nettle. And that's a cleaver. Everywhere. So you certainly in spring, more spring, like early spring, you can pick hundreds before all the nettles are shot up. These, and it does say in the book that the leaves are edible.
What, the violet leaves?
Mm.
Taste all right.
Don't taste of anything. A bit grassy towards the end. I think I'd rather eat dandelion.
That's a dandelion, isn't it?
Yeah. That should be good because it's been growing in the dark. They're not bitter when they've grown in the dark. Right, now the three-cornered leeks grow all the way down here. So let's see if there's any still standing. That's grass.
Three-cornered leeks.
No.
When do these come out, the three-cornered leeks?
End of January, beginning of February. Looks like that, and they've got a white flower. They've all disappeared now. Wow. It's completely gone. On over there. Right. And then this stuff takes over. You see, everything has its season.
Yeah.
The hedge garlic takes over, whereas at the beginning of March you wouldn't have seen any of that. So that's nature, isn't it?
Fabulous. It's all wild garlic.
It's all wild garlic. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And now it's tainted. It's beginning to go rusty coloured, and there's
So the leaves are not of much value now.
bird poo on it. No, it's best to get it in March.
Are the flowers any good when they're young? I mean,
Quite succulent actually.
oh, they are. Wow.
That's the seed head as well.
Garlic.
Mm,
Garlic is incredible.
it is. Yeah.
I can't believe how garlicky they are. There's more garlic than garlic.
Mm. But fairly mild. Bit mild.
That is really good.
So I used to pick them and put them in, wash them and put them in 4-litre ice cream tubs.
What, and flowers as well?
Well, I used to get them before they flowered.
Yeah, yeah.
But now I've discovered that it saves a lot of space by grinding them up first. So I grind, because I use them in a puree with the cannellini beans. So if I grind them up first in my food processor, and then they take up half the space, and obviously freezer space is fairly important to me. So that works really well. But there's never any difficulty in finding my wild garlic here, and the whole of Whalley Place is full of wild garlic.
So this is one of the best places to
This
find
is
wild
one of the
garlic.
best places. Yeah, absolutely. But there's a place in Wheel Park which we weren't very far from, but it would have been a bit of a detour, where you would have seen a spread of wild garlic almost as amazing as this.
And it comes out in about February, is it?
February. I found it at the last week of January, but usually by the end of February it's developing nicely, and March is the best time.
Is it easy to identify without the flowers? The leaf is pretty.
Yes.
Pretty much
Pretty.
like any other.
And it smells of garlic. And where you pick it, because you wouldn't know that I picked it here. I picked a lot.
So how do you harvest it or pick it? Do you
Well,
scissors?
You just use scissors, and each plant, has got that many leaves, so you're picking often up to a dozen leaves at a time. Look, you look here, for instance, this is one plant.
Yep.
It's fairly easy to pick.
And that will grow back within.
Well, it does, because the small leaves come through. So probably if we wandered through here, certainly there's some smaller leaves here, and probably where I've picked, you would find there were smaller leaves just coming through. It just keeps coming. So it's certainly you wouldn't know that I've been and picked enough wild garlic to feed quite a lot of people.
I'm really glad we came here. It's great.
Good.
I mean, the hit of garlic from those flowers.
Mm.
It's incredible.
And there was one stupid old boy who said, "What are you doing picking the garlic?" And I said, "Well, I've never been stopped before. In fact, they encourage me. They would like me to pick it by the root. The root is a bit like a spring onion root, but it is edible, but it's a lot of faff to sort of clean it off, and it's not as thick as a spring onion. So the actual amount of good ingredient you get for a lot of work doesn't make it worthwhile. There's more ground elder there.
Yeah.
So that's a very, very common plant. And for gardeners, it's hell, because the roots go down really deep. So eliminating it is very, very difficult. Let's just see if we can see the sorrel, and then we'll make that phone call.